of Illinois, Peoria, the downtown Civic Center, the Peoria Carver Arena. We've got 3 teams in already, 1 more team to go to advance to tomorrow's medal round. Hello, I'm Lee Hall. Carbondale, Peoria Central, and Homewood Flossmoor already in. 2 more teams go at it here in our final quarterfinal tonight. Hoffman Estates, the only team not ranked in the top 10 in the AP poll. They're 15th against number 1 West Aurora. Here for the call of tonight's game, Dave Bernhardt and Mark Lindo.
Thank you very much, Lee. And if you've been with us for the first 3 games, you haven't seen a lot of high point totals. It's been all about defense, and that's not going to change in this one.
Absolutely. You have 2 defensive gurus in Bill Wandro and Gordy Kirkman, and I expect another low-scoring game, but it will be an intense one. I'm excited to watch these teams go at each other.
Let's take a look at the scores as to how these 2 teams made their way to Peoria. First of all, for Hoffman Estates, St. Viator and Conant fell, and then Schaumburg for the 3rd time this year fell to Hoffman Estates by double digits. In that super sectional win over Waukegan, Hoffman Estates shot 56%. On the other side for West Aurora, getting by Neuqua Valley and Plainfield Central. Tight ball game, had to come from behind against Waubonsee Valley. And then Downers Grove South. Speaking of defense, that's where West Aurora held the Mustangs scoreless in the final 6:33. Well, you know, we come to a game like this, you're going to get players, and you're going to get players you can't miss. First of all, for Hoffman Estates, he's fun to watch, Johnny Rival.
Johnny Rival is a total package. This young man can flat out play. You measure a true grit of a point guard like you do a quarterback. How many games he wins. This young man wins games. He drives, he draws, he can shoot it big time.
You want a big man? We've got a big man. He plays for West Aurora, Sean Pruitt.
Sean Pruitt, he's going to the University of Illinois. 16 points a game. He'll be double and triple team tonight. How he gets the ball to Travis Marion for weak side points will be a key to tonight's basketball game. A great passer.
Hoffman Estates does come in the underdog in terms of their rankings. How about their keys tonight?
Well, their keys are absolutely important that they get the ball in double team on Pruitt, pressure Pruitt, double and triple team. They need to wind the clock. 5, 6, 7 touches is what they need to get their good shots. And then percentage points. Meade, he can shoot it. There's no doubt about that. Rival can shoot it over 61 threes with 2 guards.
And West Aurora, this is what they need to do.
Paint him. They need to get into Pruitt where he can get weak side to Travis Marion and make things happen. They need to dominate on defense with trapping and creating some different outbreak opportunities offensively. And then they need to respect the rock. Justin Sarasoli, Jay Thomas, value the ball and get a good shot each possession. Absolutely imperative that their guards dominate the basketball game against good guards tonight from Hoffman Estates as well.
Let's meet the 2 teams that are involved in this final quarterfinal game of the day. And for that, let's go to our public address announcer here at Carver Arena, Paul Herzog.
Good evening, basketball fans. On behalf of the Illinois High School Association and the City of Peoria, welcome to Carver Arena for America's original March Madness. This Class AA quarterfinal game at Carver Arena features Hoffman Estates Hawks 30-2 and the Aurora West Blackhawks 30-1. Let's meet the teams for this quarterfinal contest. For Hoffman Estates, at a guard, 5'11" senior Steve Zaninga. 5'10" senior guard Jeremy Lukowitz. A 5'10" senior guard Sean Hart. A 5'8" junior guard Brett Lukowitz. 6'1" senior forward Brennan O'Connor. A 6'5" sophomore forward 35 Brett Spenner. A 6'4" sophomore center 42 Kevin Martin. A 6'3" senior forward 44 Danny Henson. A 6'3" junior forward 50 Kyle Thomas. And a 6'3" senior forward 54 Nick Gracie-Alney. Now the Blackhawks. A 5'8" sophomore guard 10 Johnny Walker. A 6'1" junior guard 14 Brandon Kopp. A 6' senior guard 20 Haven Hobbs. The guard forward 6' senior 30 Junkwell Barrett. 5'10" junior guard 32 Brandon Briones. 6'2" junior forward, 34, Derek Pryor. 5'10" junior guard, 42, David Watson. 6' junior forward, 44, Nathan Wayseth. 6'2" senior center, 52, Guitarist Brown. And a 5'10" junior guard, Brandon Hughes. Now let's meet the starting lineups for this quarterfinal game. At a forward for Hoffman Estates, a 6'1" senior, 32, Jesse Farder. For Aurora West, at forward, a 6'5" senior, 24, Justin Cerulosoli. The other forward for the Hawks, a 6'5" senior, 34, Brian Mead. The other forward for the Blackhawks, a 6'1" sophomore, 40, Travis Marion. At center for Hoffman Estates, a 6'4" senior, 40, Brandon Young. At center for Aurora West, a 6'9" senior, 50, Sean Pruitt. The guards, 5'10" sophomore guard for the Hawks, 11, Jamal Roper. For the Blackhawks, a 5'10" senior guard, 12, Sheldon Evans. The other guard for Hoffman Estates, a 6' senior, 22, Johnny Reibel. The other guard for Aurora West, a 6'2" senior, 22, Jason Thomas. In his 13th year at Hoffman Estates, a record of 238 and 126, head coach Bill Wondrow. Assistant coaches David Brault, Mike Murphy, Jeremy Harkin, Tom McGann, and Mike Brown. Head coach in his 28th year at Aurora West, a record of 586 and 212, Gordon Kirkwood. Assistant coaches Curtis Shaw and John Skip Ulrich.
So two teams who have each won 30 games meet in the final quarterfinal game of the day. Hoffman Estates 30-2. They will come at you this way. Brian Mead along with Johnny Reibel and Brandon Young. They are the double-figure scorers. That's where the scoring will come. On the other side for West Aurora, a little bit more balanced, led by Sean Pruitt. Keep an eye on a sophomore, Travis Marion. He has really come up big as this season has gone along. Justin Cerulosoli, he is bound for Seton Hall. He can do a lot of things on the floor.
No doubt about it. It should be decided by a great pair of guards. Hoffman Estate's a great pair of guards by West Aurora, and both these teams can flat out play defense. Hoffman Estate's more of a get out, deny passes, keep the ball in the lane, where West Aurora defensively tries to trap, create havoc, and then just kickstart their offense, fill lanes, and run the ball. They will be very patient in the half court, however.
Two coaches that combined have won over 800 games. Gordy Kirkman for West Aurora, Bill Wondrow for Hoffman Estates. The winner to meet Homewood Flossmoor in the second semifinal tomorrow. And it will be Cerulosoli with the first for the Blackhawks from West Aurora. Sheldon Evans will give it to the sophomore Marion.
West Aurora does get a lot of touches in their half-court offense, and it usually goes through Cerulosoli to Pruitt.
It is Cerulosoli and Reibel, the matchup on this end of the floor. Here's Cerulosoli. Gives it up. Jay Thomas on the baseline drive.
Good possession on the finish. 35-second possession for West Aurora. They get a little baseline runner. Excellent first look.
Jesse Farder does not score much. He has the ball now. He'll give it up. Skip to Farder. Young inside. He gives away a lot of size inside. Brandon Young, 6'4" senior. He gives up 5 inches to Sean Pruitt. He has battled big men all year long.
Gives up about 25 points as well. So that's one to watch. Can Brandon Young stay out of foul trouble?
Brian Mead. Great shooter, doesn't have it go down this time.
114 threes between Brian Mead and Johnny Rival. They're going to have to knock them down because they're not going to get a lot of inside looks against West Aurora.
Here's Rival. Young was there, but the steal by Evans. Nothing there for Thomas. Pruitt, first touch inside. Marion on the reverse. Sean Pruitt, back up strong.
That was vintage West Aurora basketball. Pruitt gets the ball and finds Marion on the weak side for the layup.
Take a look at Hoffman Estates. They took a 166-mile trip. West Aurora, a little bit on the western suburbs of Chicago, 133 miles to Peoria.
We'll get to the free throw line, average about 8 to 10 times. Shooting about 68-70%, but usually a real good free throw shooter to finish ball games.
Starts it off right now with a 3-0 lead for West Aurora.
Got the matchup, Rival on Sarasoli, Sarasoli on Rival. Those two going to go at each other all night long.
Mead finds Young to Rival. Rival on the dish to Barter. Jay Thomas with it. See the blue jerseys back in a hurry defensively for Hoffman Estates.
Jay Thomas did indeed play here 4 years ago when West Aurora lost in the quarterfinals. He played as a freshman, a 4-year starter. Basically, missed 2 years ago when West Aurora lost to Glenbard North. Last year they lost to Downer South. Now gets back here on his senior season.
Hoffman Estates of the Mid-Suburban West Conference, 38,000 population, 2,100 enrollment. Of course, Aurora out of Aurora in the DuPage Valley Conference. Aurora seeking to become the second state champion out of the DuPage Valley Conference in basketball this year. Of course, a couple of weeks ago, Naperville Central defended their title in the girls AA championship game.
Sheldon Evans got the inbounds play, had a man open on the weak side, and traveled as he got some defensive rotation from Hoffman Estates.
The sophomore Jamal Roper. Roper's really come on this season. Out of bounds. Farter down at that end, and Jesse Farter, he's not a man that necessarily going to say, well, he will handle the ball a lot. That ball will be in the hands of Rival and Mead 60 to 70% of the time tonight for the Hawks from Hoffman Estate.
Roper with the ball now, basically getting a start that he usually doesn't. Usually Zaninga that gets that start. But Roper out there to match up with a little bit more quickness against West Aurora.
Long one from Rival. Young tracks down the air ball. There's Rival. And Marion with it for the Blackhawks. Shutout extends here into the first 3 minutes. Sarasoli, a little bit too much from Justin.
He had 5 turnovers in the super sectional. That time he tried to make a play that really wasn't there. Turns it over the first time tonight.
1996, the only other time that Hoffman Estates has been here. Bill Wandrow was there, and in fact, so was Johnny Rival's brother. Kind of nice when your brother comes home and Tony on the 96 team says, you know what, this is how you do it. Pruitt with the block. Here's Sarasoli. Can't get the ball to go up over the rim, and the officials say, okay, now we're going that way. This IHSA broadcast is brought to you by Country Insurance and Financial Services. Real people, real answers, real quick. And Chevrolet. Stop by and see your local Chicago, Northwest Indiana, or Central Illinois Chevy dealer today. Back at Carver Arena, where, as we said, the shutout extends here with 4:49 to play in the first quarter. Hoffman Estates yet to get on the board. The only basket by Jason Thomas. We knew this was going to be a special year coming in once the Elite Eight field was announced. Take a look at this. 916 winning percentage among the 8 teams here. That's the 4th best ever in Class AA. And the amazing thing is, all 8 of these teams, first time ever, boys, girls, single A, double A, all 8 of the teams here in Peoria ranked at the end of the regular season.
How about these 2 teams? Both of them coming to a quarterfinal game, and what do you get? An opponent with 30 W's up on the board already.
Marion with the steal, the foul by Rival.
Hoffman Estate's really struggling here in the first 3.5 minutes. There's Gordy Kirkman. West Aurora making their 14th trip. Of course, just a few years ago, they were the state champs 4 times. The second place trophy has come home to Aurora, as well as third place, and the 1958 fourth place finish as well. That's a pretty good trip for Aurora every time they come down to play some basketball. Pruitt, the touch in the paint. Marion is stuck from behind, but Sean Pruitt's there to clean up.
There's the touch inside to Pruitt. He draws the double team. It will be a triple at times. And T.J. Marion that just slides the baseline. He couldn't convert, but Pruitt follows a shot and finishes.
Looking to get Meade on track. The matchup there is Jason Thomas. Meade, a long one. He can hit it. He does.
Just a sweet stroke. They're setting a lot of flare screens. Now what that means to people is there's a screen coming from the far side of the court for the shooter, and then they skip past to him and get open jump shots.
5-point lead quickly cut to 2 as Meade will pull the rebound down. Now Hoffman Estates, after the slow start, a chance to tie. Meade will launch again. Sarasoli bounce ahead. Thomas. That's a tough shot. Good defensive positioning, and Hoffman Estates has it. Here's Reibel on Sarasoli. The dish to Young. The block off the board by Marion. You're getting your D on both ends here, folks.
Great transition. Great pass by Johnny Reibel. And then what? Pruitt, bang, just slapped it away.
Brandon Kopp into the game. He will shovel it back to Sarasoli. Pocket pick by Farter. And giving it right back to Sarasoli.
Sarasoli gives away, but he takes it back, and he scores, finishes with a nice lay-in.
Timeout on the floor. Jason Thomas. Probably evidently a little blood. Jason had a rough super sectional as well. He was very sick during the super sectional win over Downers Grove South. Replacing him will be Sheldon Evans back in. Sheldon a starter, 5'10" senior.
Jason didn't get sick once, Jay Thomas, in the super sectional, but twice, and still fought it out and hit a big 3 to seal that win against Downers South.
Carter open. Young back up. Brandon Young is tough inside.
Young man knows how to use his body, get position, and just get some good garbage around the 10.
One-on-one, Sarasoli. Hoffman Estates, of course, staying in the man. Pruitt. He's used to being double teamed. Nothing surprising there. He's lefty. He goes that way. He banks it in.
What great patience by West Aurora, though. Pruitt didn't get 1 touch. He didn't get 2 touches, but on the third one, it was a lucky charm, and he finishes with a kiss off the glass.
5 of West Aurora's 9 points. Reibel from 3. Struggling early. Johnny Reibel, who can knock those down.
They are getting the shots they want at the flare screen. West Aurora is not defending that very well, but they're just not finishing shots they usually knock down from 20 feet away.
Pruitt again. Weak side rebound to Meade. A bit much for Young.
Well, Johnny Reibel comes in really heralded. He's going to Rollins College, a Division II school. I think that's in the Final 8 NCAA Division II. Try to do a little bit too much here early, but he is a fine player. You can tell how heady he is. And we mentioned the fact that he's just a quarterback on the floor. He's a winner.
Now the defensive assignment has switched here as Farter takes Sarasoli. Little miscommunication between Evans and Marion.
What happened on that play is once Marion saw his man overplaying him, the rule the coaches teach is to go ahead and backdoor. Now Evans didn't recognize that. Marion made his cut, and thus the turnover. West Aurora uncharacteristically turning the ball over consistently right now.
Saw the 18-game winning streak for West Aurora. Their loss to Simeon significant in that Simeon was eliminated earlier today in the first quarterfinal by Carbondale. Steve Zaninga into the game for Hoffman Estates as Young holds outside. Young has that big body. Zaninga can hit the three. Everything on the perimeter here.
Everything's based on penetrating and then throwing it back out.
Nice move inside by Brandon Young. He has his second bucket of the quarter. Final shot of the period coming up. Or not. And Meade will not get it off. So West Aurora holds the 2-point lead after one, and once again a low-scoring first quarter. This IHSA broadcast is brought to you by Apt Electronics and Appliances. For the largest selection of electronics and appliances at the best possible price, visit Apt in Glenview. Second quarter coming up after these local messages.
Welcome back to Carver Arena. It's 9-7 Aurora West. Without a doubt, we've got the two best fan turnouts here for Aurora West combined, West Aurora and Hoffman Estates. Now, these girls back here really, really loud. And the best thing about this is they think I'm for their team because I blend right in with the coat. Usually the coat sticks out, but in this crowd, I'm just one of the fans. Back to you.
That's an impressive performance right there. His voice did not waver one bit.
Yeah, he's going to need an oxygen tank now, though. That's more aerobic activity he's had all day.
If you take back, if you are a Hoffman Estates fan, you have to be pretty happy right now. You're down by 2. Your team has made just 3 out of 12 shots. Your two big guns, Rival and Meade, combined are just 1 of 6, and yet you have a chance to tie on this trip.
And the reason that is West Aurora, 5 turnovers, 3 by Sarasoli in the opening frame.
Danny Henson has entered the ball game for Hoffman Estates. He wears number 44 and a foul out front. Marion will foul Jamal Roper.
Hoffman Estates likes vertical screens. They'll screen down a lot, pop a shooter out. If they don't get that, they'll go a horizontal flare screen and pop a shooter with a skip pass. Everything is based on throwing the ball back out to 3-point range and then using Young on the inside just as a secondary option.
Brandon Young comes back into the ball game. Johnny Rival has 2 fouls as Steve Zaninga leads. Johnny Rival has 2 fouls, and he's still in the ball game. If this had been Gordy Kirkman's team, if he'd been playing on Gordy Kirkman's team, he'd be sitting the rest of the bench. That's just a rule at West Aurora. 2 fouls in the first half, you sit.
That's a rule you can have, though, like Coach Kirkman does, because he goes about 9 deep. Hoffman Estates, Bill Wanderer, his team cannot win without Rival playing 31, 32 minutes a game.
Henson to Rival. Farber has it inside, but there's Pruitt. Spreading the half court here. Young, beautiful pass inside to Henson, who cannot finish. Boy, Danny Henson had a point-blank shot thanks to the rifle pass from Brandon Young.
And what they did there is they brought Brandon Young on the outside, hoping Pruitt would chase him, which he did, and then they got the inside slash.
You can see these two teams match up quite evenly with the top 15 teams in the state. Gordy Kirkman's team ranked number 1 following that big win at Northwestern University over Peoria.
How about 15 and 17-point victory margin, respectively? They've been able to dominate opponents because of defense. Defense dominates games.
High post Pruitt. Sarasoti elevates. A loose ball to Young. Been stuck on this score for a while. Meade looks for a cutter. There's Farter. There's Young. That's 2.
Great penetration, the baseline drive, third man rotation. West Aurora, Whiteser comes over, helps, and they find Young for the short corner jumper. Execution personified by Hoffman Estates Hawks.
Took them about 4 minutes plus to put some points on the board, but now they are tied. Single digits on both sides of the scoreboard, and Farter will foul Sarasoli.
They feel Farter is their best defender. He started the night on Thomas, but now they brought him out on Sarasoli to try to create some more havoc. Pretty amazing. Sarasoli's going to Seton Hall as a shooting guard. He's only made 27 threes all year long. Still got some work to do with his perimeter game. Very good vision, but his decision-making sometimes I know concerns Coach Kirkman.
Farter will come out. That is now his second personal foul. So both Farter and Reibel with 2 fouls each, and they have each had their chance at Sarasoli. Jamal Roper in now. He guards Jason Thomas up front. A matchup now with Sarasoli. Danny Henson gets the assignment. Jay Thomas guarded by Roper. Marion. There's Henson, the 6'3" senior.
That's just a little bit outside of TJ Marion's range.
He lives on the baseline, but you said not from that distance. Skip pass, open, Meade. Here comes Evans for West Aurora. They sit at 9-9.
Hoffman continues to get shots at once, but can't finish.
Sarasoli. He cannot get it.
You know, Dave, both today and in the Super Central United Center that we were able to go to, we've seen some abysmal shooting percentages.
A lot of talk about the big arenas and the shooting backgrounds, but you know, really in the last 3 days in these big arenas, it's been worse than in the past. Here's a turnover. Marion got away with the high dribble there. Well, right now you've got 4 of 15 for Hoffman Estates, 4 of 13 for West Aurora. That's 27% and 31% respectively.
That's why you have a 9-9 game.
Marion, that's where he hangs around. That's where he normally can finish.
See, an easy look by Evans, an easy look by Marion, but they come up empty.
And that starts wearing on you after a while, both ways. A long time between points for West Aurora. Young puts it on the floor and commits the 6th turnover of the night for Hoffman Estates. Bill Wandro, a little bit of a pained expression, but yet if he looks up at the scoreboard, he'll see his team tied with the #1 team in the state. Well, get your rest now, young man. You've got a big day ahead of you tomorrow if you're coming back out here to Carver Arena, and you folks at home will have a big day as well. Watching us right here on IHSA television. Peoria and Carbondale getting it on in semifinal game #1. The winner to face either Homewood Flossmoor or the winner of our ball game right here in the championship game, which is at 8:15. Of course, consolation game taking place at 6:30. But we get it started an hour earlier tomorrow. Peoria and Carbondale, make sure you're here for that one.
Both Peoria struggled but won. Carbondale, I think, surprised a lot of people. Very impressive in that victory this morning, which seemed like hours and hours and hours ago.
Good Young put his body right on Pruitt. Sean Pruitt forced to take steps.
Bill Wandro, a little bit different approach. He's not getting as much double and triple team help, which is not giving Travis Murray as many routes. He's trying to make Pruitt score on his own, and Pruitt really not taking advantage of that. Has 5 points early.
Looking for our first team to reach double digits. Pryor with the ball, not a scorer. A foul. The foul will be charged to Derek Pryor. Check that. Sarasoli will get it. Derek Pryor wearing number 34. Reibel to Meade to Reibel, and unable to get it returned to Meade.
Rivals probably turned the ball over tonight 3 times, which is probably 3 times more than he usually does in a basketball game.
Now the defensive assignment of Justin Sarasoli goes to Brian Mead. Pruitt somehow found Evans in the paint. Pryor bombs away. Position from Young. Rival does what a good point guard would do, says, get me out of here.
You talk about fundamental basketball. Bill Wandrow is a fundamental coach, as is Gordy Kirkman. What a great fundamental block out, putting his body, Brandon Young, into Sean Pruitt. Head taps, we're going to have a set play right here.
There's no mistake on your screen, folks. If you're just joining us, that is the score, and that is the time left here in the second quarter. Teams shooting 27% and 25%, Hoffman Estates and West Aurora, respectively.
Teams combining for 1 for 10 from the arc, so we can't find anything that looks pretty.
Hoffman Estates second in the Elgin Christmas tournament after winning the Bartlett tournament at Thanksgiving. Now they're looking to do something here in the big one.
West Aurora has had trouble scoring on a consistent basis, especially the second half of the season.
They keep trying Pruitt, and it's not there. Mead has the good look. Great hustle by Henson before he walked.
Mead on the year, 51 for 152. Rival 63 for 137 from the arc respectively, and they just can't get it going from the perimeter right now. Rival 0 for 2. Mead 1 for 5 from 3 land.
And that's the 9th turnover of the half by Hoffman Estates, matching their point total. Well, I'm exhausted trying to score here myself. It's just not happening for anybody. And there's another giveaway. The 8th turnover for West Aurora.
Sarasoli scores by himself.
Pryor. The big block from Evans. Here's Sarasoli. And he's able to come away with it.
Sarasoli very fortunate because he was ready to go showtime instead of just getting 2 points. But give him credit, he did stay with it and finishes after the steal.
And finally, a basket for one team, and it's a 2-point lead for West Aurora. From Hoffman Estates will keep running it. Young, a good entry passer, but nobody's there. Brian Mead caught it into the post, and that's one of the things that's so solid about Brian Mead, the 6'5", 195-pound senior. He can score from outside, he can score inside. Makes tough matchup problems.
Mead, one of the best spot-up 3-point shooters there is, but he really does need to be spot-up. Can't create a lot on his own.
Creates 2 free throws right there.
Bill Wandrow just yelled out to his team how many turnovers. We could have told him it's 9, but I don't know if he really wants to hear that right now.
Brian Mead, his 4th point of the night. Only Mead and Young have scored for Hoffman Estates.
Well, here's a rhetorical question of the night. Are the offense is poor because of great defense, or the defense is poor because the offense is going real well?
That's why we have analysts on the broadcast, Mark.
I can't figure it out. I got to admit it.
Jay Thomas knocks it down from the free throw line. He has 2 buckets. He has 4 points. The lead is 3.
And he was open on that one to pull up, but it's easy to get it done when you're wide open.
We approach 60 seconds to play in the first half. Rival will go to the line.
Rival with a great shot fake, straightened up his man, took him right to the rack, and he'll get to the free throw line where he is an outstanding free throw shooter at 74%.
Reminds some of Steve Nash with that hair flopping all over. First points of the night for Johnny Rival.
Took him 15 minutes as he averages 16 a game. Seems like every game we've anticipated a low-scoring game, and they go, how low can they go?
Yeah, this is topped it.
This is, you know, well, we're 13-11 this morning, second game, right? At halftime?
16-13. That was after the bucket. Yep. Rival ties or makes that a 1-point difference here for Hoffman. And that was after a 5-minute stall. A flat out, if you weren't with us,
It was a rain delay.
the game absolutely stopped for the final 5 minutes as Farragut held the ball against Peoria. Peoria eventually the winner, 42-40. But here we are in the fourth quarterfinal of the game in the final minute of the first half. Brandon Kopp with it. Inside Pruitt. Turnaround on Young.
Spun to his right shoulder, and what nice 8-foot square up, and he finishes. He is a strong, strong player on the interior.
7 points for Sean Pruitt. Hoffman looking to attack here in the final 30 seconds. They've taken Reibel out of the game to protect him. He has 2 personal fouls. Steve Zaninga at the point. Now the hold here in the final 15 seconds.
They should have a set play, a screen for Brian Meade somewhere in this sequence.
Meade with the walk, and there's time here for West Aurora at 5.9 seconds. Three-point difference. We take a look at Gordy Kirkman. Second to Pontiac. We mentioned that loss to Simeon in the championship game, and that was after winning the Rock Island Thanksgiving tournament. Sarasoli, 3. He fouled on a 3 with 1 second left. 3 free throws coming up for Sarasoli.
Well, the obvious quote that every coach in the world uses: never foul a jump shooter, never foul a three-point shooter. And I'll add, never foul a three-point shooter with 1 second to go in the half, trailing by 3. So cardinal mistake right there by Hoffman Estates. We'll see how many Sarasoli can clean up here out of 3.
.77% free throw shooter on the year. That's 2.
He's got great form from the foul line. That's why it's surprising that he does not shoot as well from the perimeter as you might think. I think it's a little bit more. He does not get his body squared up and use his legs.
Knocked them all down. Henson will let it go. And West Aurora finishes the first half in strong fashion. Leading 13-12, they've scored the last 5 points of this quarter. The turnover for Hoffman Estates led to those 3 points on the other end. And when you look at 18-12, 6 looks big. Let's go to Lee Hall. Lee?
All right, thanks a lot. We're with Gordy Kirkman. Coach, a low-scoring half, maybe one of the lowest scoring we've seen since they took the peach baskets out. Was it good defense or just sluggish offense out there?
I think a little bit of both, but I think mostly defense. I think the defense is making the offense scramble a little bit, and neither team's getting a lot of real good shots. And as a result, I wasn't so sure this game was going to get in double figures.
You got it going a little bit there in the final minute or so of the half.
Well, we did, and I don't think we're moving quite as well as we should offensively. If we do, I think some things might open up for us, but we'll have to wait and see.
All right, Coach, good luck to you second half.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thanks. Back to you, Dave.
18-12 at the half, and there's a lot coming up during our halftime break in Peoria. We'll be right back here at Carver Arena following these words from your local stations.
And welcome back to the River City. We're in Carver Arena, 18-12 our halftime score. West Aurora with the lead over Hoffman Estates. But the Hawks cheerleaders are still in a pretty good mood, aren't you? How excited do you guys get if you're winning?
We're going to be really excited. We hope they win. I'm so excited as it is already. I know they can do it.
Is it possible for a cheerleader to have a bad day at the office and be down and depressed or not?
Unfortunately, it is. Yeah.
I'd hate to see you when you're in a good mood. Tell me how exciting it's been at school this week.
There's been so much excitement. Everyone has been talking about it in class, and like teachers even talk about it like in your school, and it's like, whoa. Spirits are all very high. Yeah.
You know what? I think you guys dress marvelously. That's all I've got to say. Let's hear a good Hoffman Estates cheer. Oh, come on.
Hoffman! 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 Hoffman!
What? Okay, thank you, ladies. Good job. Good job. Right this way, we've got some lovely parting gifts for you. Thank you very much. Drive safely. All right, West Aurora, come on down. What's happening? Who's our spokesperson? Nobody wants to talk. How exciting has it been at school in Aurora this week?
It's been crazy. We've had so many fans. It's been amazing. Our rowdies are great.
How much extra work do you have to do to get ready for a big state tournament like this?
Lots of work.
Like what?
Well, we had to bring together a bunch of cheers and incorporate them with stunts so we could get our rowdies fired up.
Practice.
What is the best? What's the biggest trait a cheerleader has to have? What's the most important thing for a cheerleader to have?
I think the most important thing will be their smiles and their voices.
All right, let's hear one of those good cheers that you worked on this week. All right. Let's hear a Blackhawks cheer.
Okay, ready?
Here we go.
Ready? A-Town, West Side! 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 A-Town.
All right, A-Town, way to go. Good job. All right, wave to everybody at home. All right, and we are back. Are we going to a break or are we staying here? Okay, thank you very much. This is Verdell Jones III of Champaign, Illinois, and you're wearing the Peoria 14 jersey. Why is that?
Sean Lewis is my god brother, so after I won a state tournament, he just gave this for like a present.
That's pretty nice. Now, a lot of people have probably seen you and they don't know who you are. Why would people know who you are?
I don't know why. No, I hit an 80-foot shot to win our state championship game, so I guess that's why they know me.
We're gonna take a look at that shot. It was on ESPN. It was on CNN. It was the play of the day on ESPN. Tell me what it's been like since you made that shot.
Triumph. Before the shot, I was a regular kid on the block, but after, people come up to me asking for my autograph. It's great.
You know, we have something in common, you and I, all right? Number one, you beat Morton Junior High School. You know where I live?
Morton.
Very good. And number two, when Bradley got beat by Southern Illinois, the play I called on TV was the play of the day. So we've both been on play of the day. What's up with that?
That's pretty good.
Are we famous or what?
Yeah, we're famous.
Verdell Jones III, Sean Livingston's godson, hit the shot of the year. And you saw it on national TV. Good luck to you, buddy. Hopefully we'll see you down here one of these days. All right, buddy.
Thank you.
Back after this local break. Nice job.
Peoria, the River City, on a gorgeous night here in central Illinois, and it's not too bad here inside Carver Arena, and we welcome you back to halftime, where West Aurora on top of Hoffman Estates. Hi again, everybody. I'm Dave Bernhardt along with Mark Lindo. And Mark, as we take a look at the first half numbers, there's not a better word. Abysmal shooting, especially for Hoffman Estates. That works out to just 22% from the field.
Pretty ugly when you shoot 4 out of 18 and 7 for 20. Neither team's going to be able to separate from one another. West had a great run at the end. They got scored 3 straight points, and that's about it. Both teams struggle a little bit getting to the free throw line. I thought West Aurora might get there more often. Hoffman Estates cannot win this basketball game if they don't improve on their three-point shooting with Meade and Rival. Rebounds dead even. That's in Hoffman Estates' favor.
You take a look at some other bad numbers as far as Hoffman Estates is concerned. 10 turnovers. West Aurora does have 8, but 10 turnovers against 4 made baskets. That's not a good ratio.
Well, you know, and the other thing I want to take a look at is steals. 7 steals for West Aurora, 4 for Hoffman. Those 7 steals really have not transmitted into points as far as it would be concerned to fast break points.
Take a look at the leading scorers. Meade and Rival not really getting the big numbers for Hoffman Estates. On the other side, Sean Pruitt and Justin Sarasoli getting the scoring exactly from where they thought they would. It just hasn't been a lot here in the first half. Stay right there. We've got highlights and more coming up from Carver Arena right after these words from your local stations.
18-12 our halftime score. Aurora West leading Hoffman Estates. We're with head coach Bill Wandro of the Hoffman Estates Hawks. Coach, not a lot of offense for either team there in the first half. What did you tell your team at the break?
Well, we just got to, be a little bit more patient offensively, not try to rush things off balance. I think we're just trying to be in a hurry, and it's the old Wooden comment, can't be in a hurry. You can be quick, but not in a hurry.
All right, good luck to you second half, Coach.
Thanks.
All right, Dave, back to you.
Very much. Let's take a look at first half highlights. First of all, inside, Brandon Young. He has been the force inside in more ways than one for Hoffman Estates. Justin Sarasoli, he was looking for the big showtime, but you know what? That trip down the floor counts for 2. Once again, West Aurora coming up big. Jay Thomas knocks it down from free throw line. Not many baskets to be had here in the first half. We'll get started with half number 2 right after this. Getting ready for second half action. Back with you in Carver Arena, the final quarterfinal game of the day. The winner of this ball game will play in a second semifinal early tomorrow afternoon against Homewood Flossmoor, and that will follow our first semifinal, which will feature Carbondale and Peoria. We start half number 2 with the Hawks from Hoffman Estates, the ball.
People always want to know what adjustments the coach makes at halftime. I don't think Bill Wanderer makes any adjustments. He just needs his team to start knocking down some shots. They've had some good open looks between Rival and Meade. They just have to start knocking down some 3 balls.
They are 1 of 8 combined in field goals. Young has been the story so far for Hoffman Estates. He has it now. Sarasoli just rips it away from him.
There is something you just flat out can't coach, and that's an incredibly long wingspan with aggressive movement of the hands by Justin Sarasoli. Give him credit for another steal.
Sarasoli penetrates. Loose ball, Jamal Roper with it, and the foul as he just kind of smothers that ball, and Sarasoli went over the top.
Sarasoli playing very hard, very aggressively on the defensive side. But he does pick up a foul, a good call, because Roper had the ball under control, and Sarasoli kind of hopped on late.
Your foul situation, Sarasoli and Marion with 2 for West Aurora. Ribel and Farber with 2 each for the Hawks from Hoffman Estates.
All right, for people watching right now, we find that West Aurora changing their defense to a 1-2-2 trap that they call their freaky 50. And this is where they have a lot of opportunities to run, jump, and create havoc.
Farber, though, buries it from 3.
If you throw a skip pass against the trap and get the ball to the baseline, you're going to get open look 3s, and Farber buried it.
He cuts the lead in half. Young right there on top of Pruitt. Inside they go. Meade, the tip to Ribel. Ribel has Young ahead, the catch, the score.
And what a great catch it was by Brandon Young, who shortened his steps, waited for the pass, right on the money to Johnny Ribel, put that ball for the lay into Young.
Hoffman Estates right back in it, down by a point. Thomas, a little hop and a score. Just Jason Thomas with 6.
Jay Thomas was good with the jump stop there. A lot of people might think travel, but he hit both feet, then elevated and finished. Everybody on Hoffman Estates knows their role. That's why they're so well coached.
There's Johnny Ribel for 3. First bucket of the game for Ribel. And we are tied at 20.
If he starts hitting triples, they will really pick it up from a defensive standpoint. The offense will pick up the defense.
Offensive foul. Jay Thomas. Brandon Kopp into the game now for West Aurora.
Hoffman Estates trailing 18-12 of the half, already passed 8 points up on the board, and the fear factor is flat out gone right now. Hoffman Estates has grabbed the momentum of this basketball game, and the believability in their minds is now there.
Roper guarded by Kopp, Farber. Now Young. Ribel, good ball movement. Meade. Loose ball to Roper. harder. Can't get it to go. Good patience for Hoffman. They had a couple of opportunities and maybe forced a shot there. Instead, they'll end up with 2 free throws out of it.
Well, that all came because of the long rebound. It was a 3-point shot that was missed. Long rebound. Rebounds usually come out about 70% of the distance from whence they've been shot. That one came out about 14 feet. Roper picked it up. They got back in their offense and got the ball inside. Great execution by Hoffman Estates after that long rebound.
The Hawks have climbed the road back to take a 1-point lead. Sarasoli will check out.
Interesting substitution. Sarasoli going to the bench with 3 minutes only gone. It's not a rest, I guarantee that. Brody Kirkman is sending some kind of message. He wants some stability in his offense right now.
Evans to Kopp.
They got to have better spacing. West Aurora needs to be 15, 17 feet apart. Right now, their spacing is not real good.
3-ball, Thomas short. You said earlier, sometimes West Aurora this year has run into dry spells offensively.
Well, they got Brandon Coppin, who's a pretty good 3-point shooter, but he just hasn't got a good look yet.
A little bit of a break there for Hoffman Estates on the errant pass. But we've got an official's timeout. This IHSA broadcast is brought to you by Country Insurance and Financial Services. Real people, real answers, real quick. And Chevrolet. Stop by and see your local Chicago, Northwest Indiana, or Central Illinois Chevy dealer today. Back at Carver Arena, and indeed we are at the boys AA basketball state finals. Class AA action this weekend. Here's your first team all-state team. A lot of names that if you've been with us, very familiar to you.
You got guys like Mr. Basketball, Sean Livingston, Calvin Brock's in that mix. Jeremy Crouch from Pekin can flat out play. McNeil from Hillcrest, just a junior, will be one of the best players in the country. And then Matt Shaw, we saw him earlier in the season. He can flat out get the basketball in the hole on a consistent basis.
Also saw Julian Wright's name there. He led Homeland Flossmoor to their 41-34 win in the quarterfinal just preceding this one to put their stamp on a semifinal appearance tomorrow afternoon.
One of the best juniors, not in the state, but in the country, is Julian Wright. Reminds me a little bit of a Darius Miles for what he did down here.
Hawks trying to build on the 1-point lead.
Hawks look small, don't they? But they play hard, they play tenacious, and they just flat out come at you. Here's the freaky 50 half-court 1-2-2 trap. They got to keep it spread out, and they'll get a good look.
Young with the pump fake. There it is.
The skip pass from on the one diagonal to the baseline. The baseline dump into Young. Young, the kiss off the glass execution right there.
I think they watched a little bit of film of this freaky 50 defense.
I'm sure they broke it down quite a bit.
Sarasoli created space, but we have a whistle away from the action. The foul will be charged to Brandon Young for Hoffman Estates.
He's holding Sean Pruitt on the inside. He's trying to give up about 30 pounds disadvantage with Brandon Young, and he got caught.
Hoffman Estates on an 11-2 run here to open up the second half. Trailed by 6 at the half, and that was after 5 straight points were scored to end the half by West Aurora.
Well, they had 12 at half. They got 11 already in 4 minutes.
Marion inside, fouled again.
You know, you talked about Hoffman Estates watching tape of West Aurora's Freaky 50. Bill Wandrow told us that they actually watched tape of their 1996 Super Sectional that Hoffman Estates beat West Aurora on their only trip down here, and they showed them that, hey, look what our guys did, your predecessors, and that gave them a big lift emotionally.
Marion hits the baseline on the beautiful bounce to Evans.
Marion slashes and snakes in the baseline. Evans, no weak side rotation by Hoffman Estates. A breakdown that he let happen, and the easy lay-in with a defensive breakdown.
Rival finds Meade for the score.
What a great look as he hit him right in the hand. Meade gave him the hand. Rival, you could tell they played together for years and years. He hit him right where he wanted to lay the ball in.
Since junior high school and throwing the summers as well. It adds up to a 3-point Hawk lead. Sarasoli cannot answer. And Young is inside.
They figured out that Young just has a nose for the basketball, doesn't he?
Head quickly to me. Back to Young. The catch and the score. And more.
What great execution by Hoffman Estate's playing with great confidence right now. They get the run out, the give, the go, the finish, the harm, and the foul right there. But great execution by Hoffman Estates on that play.
West Aurora will take a timeout. They have been blitzed here in the first 5.5 minutes of this quarter.
It's a 15-4 run right now in 5 minutes. 15-4 run, and Hoffman Estate's very, very characteristic of their team, creating a lot with defense. And I tell you what, Brandon Young has really been instrumental in this surge.
Don't be fooled by that first score here in the first quarterfinal game. That game was tied at 44 early in the fourth quarter before Carbondale pulled away from Simeon. And then the second public league school down here from the city of Chicago, they were eliminated in game number 2 in a game that they had a 5-point lead over Peoria in the fourth quarter. Quarterfinal game number 3, they too were tied in the fourth quarter before Homewood Flossmoor pulled away to the 7-point win over Moline. I can't say we're going to be tied in the fourth quarter, but we've been taking you down to the wire here all day long.
Well, I can't believe that West Aurora is going to go away in this game. They're only down 5. West Aurora was down by 4-6 points almost the entire second half against Waubonsee Valley, and came back and won that game, then won a close one against Downer South.
And that sets us all up for tomorrow. Just have to figure out who's going to be in that second semifinal. Make sure you're with us starting at 11 a.m. tomorrow morning. Semifinal game number 1, 12:45 number 2. We've got the 3-point showdown, the Shut Slam Dunk Finals. Third place game, King of the Hill, the Slam Dunk champion. Oh my goodness.
Hey, I'm excited already, but I will sleep tonight, but I'm excited already. Field goal percentage, West Aurora, that 33%. Hoffman Estates has really pumped it up this half after being abysmal shooting at halftime.
6 of 7 here in this quarter.
That'll give you a surge, won't it?
Young unable to finish the 3-point play, so the lead will stay at 5. Blackhawks from West Aurora have trailed in the sectional final against Waubonsee Valley. They trailed in the super sectional against Downers South. This is not unfamiliar territory for the top-ranked team in the state, and the 6th-ranked team in the nation is Sean Pruitt. Powers his way inside.
I guarantee you one thing, Gordy Kirkman said that timeout. He said Sean Pruitt will touch the basketball in the low post, is stripped down, or somebody's coming out of the basketball game.
Steve Zaninga with it to Rival. He's got a look. He's got a score.
He's got a great stroke. Unbelievable the way he can score up. What a quick release. He's starting to feel it just a little bit more.
Considered by some to be the most underrated player in the state. Johnny Rival now with 8 points.
He reminds me so much of Brendan Mullins, who played for Downer South last year. Just runs his team in the point guard position.
The strength of Pruitt. He's fouled. He hangs onto that ball all the way. You know, you mentioned Brendan Mullins, that win by West Aurora over Downers Grove South in the super sectional at DeKalb. Well, that avenged the loss to the Mustangs in the sectional semis last year. We saw Downers Grove South here in the state quarterfinals 1 year ago.
There's no doubt. And Brendan Mullins, big part of that. Brian Mullins, just a junior, one of the top junior point guards in Illinois this year. He's back for another season.
Pruitt. No mystery here, folks. Sean Pruitt headed to the University of Illinois, headed to the hole. He has 11.
Soft touch right there for the big guy.
Henson guarded by Pruitt. I don't know if that's the matchup they wanted. Now they switch Pryor on Henson.
Surprised they don't play a one-man zone with Pruitt. Just leave him in the lane and let Hoffman go ahead and reverse the basketball.
Rival again. They're looking at Pruitt. And that's position on Zaninga and Young's part. For Sean Pruitt, that is his first personal foul.
Sean Pruitt at times to become a little bit frustrated. He's showing some facial expressions of that right now. He's got to regroup his head because he's got 2 good offensive trips, but you can't get discouraged on the defensive end as far as the mental psyche.
The steal by Pruitt. Sarasoli, numbers in West Aurora's favor. Marion goes glass.
Sarasoli, fundamental right there. Gets right in stride with Marion. Kiss off the glass.
West Aurora fans start hopping it up and down.
West Aurora takes Hoffman Estate's best punch, didn't they? Right back in the game now.
Nearly a turnover. And then a foul by Derek Pryor. That's why they call these the state championships. You've got teams that are all capable here this week. Very special year. All, when they came here to Peoria this morning, all had a chance to win it all, a legitimate chance to win it all.
Well documented. You talked about earlier in the broadcast, the strongest field ever. You know, I think it is. The records indicate it is.
You're looking at a quarterfinal game here. Hoffman Estates 30 wins, just 2 losses. West Aurora 30 wins, 1 loss. 60 and 3 combined between these 2 teams. Zaninga.
Both these teams play very good competition too, so their schedules are what has tested them for this tournament.
Hoffman Estates would like to take a lead into that 4th quarter. Mead, he's been quiet. Rival. But here's Thomas. A chance, but short. Big 4th quarter for Hoffman Estates. Trailing by 6 at the half. They lead it by 2 after 3. This IHSA broadcast is brought to you by Apt Electronics and Appliances. For the largest selection of electronics and appliances at the best possible price, visit Apt in Glenview. Stay there. 4th quarter coming up after these local messages.
And welcome back to Carver Arena. 2-point ball game here with 8 minutes to play in regulation. The Aurora West fans, we got to help them get their team back in this. They've done a great job. Without a doubt, 2 teams combined, these are the most rowdy fans we've had all day. So we're going to get the Aurora West guys going here. All right, you guys ready? All right. A-Town. 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 That's A-Town West Side, as in Aurora West. Back to you guys.
West Aurora going right at their hometown fans as Travis Marion goes on the reverse. He's tied the game. He has a chance to break it from the line.
Boy, can he sneak you on the baseline. What a quick, explosive first step to the goal, and then the finish. And Travis Marion, Gordy Kirkman's had a great line of great players. They say Travis Marion's the next great Blackhawk.
He had 15 points in the super sectional win over Downers Grove South, and he has brought the Blackhawks back.
There's 4 seniors on the floor and a sophomore. Who comes out in the 4th quarter, makes the first play? The sophomore.
Rival and Sarasoli is your matchup at midcourt.
Tell you what, don't go away because these teams can play. Great defense.
Offensive foul on Rival as Marion took the charge. Here are your statistics through 3 quarters. You see the field goal percentages getting boosted a little bit. But you take a look, and we were talking about during the break, Mark, 4 of 15 for Hoffman Estates from outside the arc.
Well, they need to be about 7 for 15. I know they're hanging around, but they need to have that. But how about West Aurora? Not a 3-point field goal yet. That's why Pruitt's their man inside, but they're going to have to loosen something up with a jump shot or 2 from Jay Thomas or Justin Sarasoli.
With a 1-point lead, the Blackhawks. With Thomas, Sarasoli, the intended pass for Pruitt is picked off by Mead.
Hoffman putting pressure on the passer, pressure on the inside. Great defensive sense by the Hawks.
Jesse Farter will give it up to Mead. Now Rival. They do not force shots. To Young, the kick out. Mead knocks it it down for three.
Spot him up, knock him down. Meade, what a great release on that inside-out pass.
They just waited and waited and waited, and there he was. Brian Meade, the 6'5" senior.
Hoffman trying to separate just a little bit. If they do, they'll really put the onus on West Aurora.
Sarasoli looks to answer. Young, great position. And a foul on the Blackhawks.
Boy, does that young man, Brandon Young, get a lot out of his 6'4", 210 frame. He just positions himself fundamentally sound, uses his wide body, and that time just fought off Sean Pruitt to get that rebound and walk to the other end.
Brandon Young with 8 rebounds today. 8 of the 21 Hoffman Estates has been able to grab. In fact, Hoffman the 21-16 rebounding advantage.
He's gone to the free throw line 154 times on the season, more than anybody else on the Hawk roster. Just a 58% shooter from the line.
1-1 here for Young.
They're all going to count as we go down the stretch here.
Marion the rebound. Sarasoli the ball. 2-point difference on the board. Marion wanted to get it to Pruitt. Brandon Kopp with it. Sarasoli. Pruitt strong in the tie game.
Pruitt right now looks like he's got the eye of the tiger. He's trying to carry his team. Sarasoli can't get it going from the perimeter. Thomas hasn't knocked one down, but Pruitt, Marion carrying the Hawks, the Blackhawks.
Inside. Meade can't get it. Bill Wandrow not happy. Thought there should be a whistle. 5:35 left. West Aurora 33. Hoffman Estates 33. State quarterfinals. Dish. Sarasoli to Marion. There's the whistle on that end.
Little bit of flair that time by Sarasoli, but this time he was able to finish the pass with a nice dish to Marion. He went between his legs, behind his back, no look, Marion to the 10.
Brandon Young's second personal foul. 3 for Rival, 3 fouls. Sparter with 2, Meade with 2, Young with 2. On the other side, Jay Thomas has 4 fouls for West Aurora. Gordy Kirkman in his 28th year, 586 wins. A state championship in 2000.
This 2000 team was one with just incredible chemistry, something they haven't really been able to find the last few years.
Marion's free throw breaks the tie. He has 4 points here in the 4th quarter. Evans and Sarasoli jumping on Rival. Just watch this ball move. Rival too much off the glass. Pruitt with yet another rebound. He now has 6.
They reverse the ball. They'll be able to get it back into Pruitt, but they need to reverse it first. There it is.
Meade tried to help from the backside. Instead, he'll pick up the foul, his 3rd.
When you let the defense play one side of the floor, they're going to be able to defend Sean Pruitt. When you reverse the basketball side to side horizontally, and then you allow him to cross the lane, that's when you'll get an easy entry as you lose the defense for just that split second.
Both teams are in the bonus. Bill Wandrow, his 13th year at Hoffman Estates, 238 wins.
There's 2 things that have to take place for a good offense. Well, there's a bevy of things, but 2 things must take place. Man movement and ball movement. That particular series, West Aurora had both. They would get the ball right into Pruitt, down the block where he lives.
Second free throw of the night for Sean Pruitt. He has 14 points. It's a 3-point West Aurora lead. Timeout on the floor. West Aurora has come back, and they lead it by 3. Well, this this game has certainly changed from the 18-12 score we had, a West Aurora lead at the half. One of the reasons, Mark, is both teams have cleaned up their offense, especially in the turnover category.
Well, West Aurora had 8 at the half, only 2 this half, obviously getting more attempts at the basket. Hoffman Estates had 10 at halftime, only 3 this half, so it's been a much better game offensively. Both teams executing, moving the ball better, spacing's been better, screening's been better. All adds up to better basketball to watch.
Johnny Ribel with it. Ribel averaging about 6 assists per game, has just 1 assist tonight. Nearly a steal by Marion. He is so quick. Young bounce into Meade, and he's held.
Nice high-low basketball. High-low basketball is the best basketball you can possibly play because you have so many good angles to work with. That time, up at the top, Brendan Young got the ball to Meade, who had his man pinned, Justin Sarasoli. All Sarasoli could do was hold him and avoid the would-be easy lay-in.
Meade, a 75% free throw shooter. Nothing but the bottom on the first. This is a Hoffman Estates team that this past summer beat Peoria High twice. Once here in Peoria and once in Crystal Lake. So this is a team that is not going to go away here in the last 4:30.
Bill Wandro said that when he beat him twice this summer, his team really started to believe they could be here.
Sarasoli, the dish to Marion, and they're finding Travis Marion inside. Marion now with 6 points here in the quarter.
The beneficiary of a great individual play by Justin Sarasoli. Travis Marion finished it up.
They're not letting Ribel get a good look. Young just lost a little concentration there.
Good pressure by Sean Pruitt that time, and Young, one of his few mistakes all night long. The way to win basketball games is defensively keep the ball out of the paint. Look at that red area. If Justin Sarasoli is able to dribble into that red area, they're going to score. If you keep him out of there, you're going to be able to defend.
It's an important offensive trip for West Aurora. A chance here to stretch their 3-point lead. Pruitt. Sarasoli finds Pryor. Tough pass for Pruitt. Here comes Ribel. Didn't like what he saw. 3.5 to play.
Hoffman's got to do a lot better job screening right now. A lot of movement, but not a lot of screen, so that's why guys are not open.
Ribel pops out. That would have been for the tie.
And they finally got their shot right off of the screen by Brian Meade, but Ribel just cannot get it going.
That foul goes against Brian Meade. That is his 4th personal foul. Meade with 4. Ribel with 3. On the other side, Jay Thomas has 4. Sarasoli with 3.
Meade with 11, Ribel with 8, so they have 19 points combined, and they average combined about 32, so that they're well under their average. West Aurora's done a great job on them defensively. Not many easy looks.
Justin Sarasoli, who was scoreless in a super sectional win over Downers South, has 8 points here tonight. 2 big free throws there for the senior. The lead is at 5.
A little separation. Huge trip for the Hawks.
Recall Hoffman Estates led by 5 at one point. Meade to Farter. Goes high off the glass.
There's another example of Pruitt's presence just altering the shot because he's blocked a few and they had to shoot it up and over him. Thus the long miss.
Steal by Meade. Ribel weaves his way through the block, but the foul.
Simple fundamental, but Ribel, once he got the ball in the open floor, he was trying to attack 1-on-2, kept his head up, saw he's out on the floor, was able to draw enough body contact, get the ball to the goal with a chance to convert 2 free throws where he's almost automatic.
2 of 2 tonight. Quietly got himself to 9 points. He has 2 3-point field goals. This one to make it a 3-point game.
If there's a blue-collar team, it's the people in blue shirts here tonight. They just fight, scrap, claw.
And the same actually could be said for both teams in terms of the fighting. West Aurora also has come back from deficits. They've sucked it up when they've had to. We come down to the last 2:30. Remember, Meade with 4 fouls. He guards Marion now. Ooh, risky move there by Brian Meade on the little, try to flick the ball away. Sarasoli still can't get it. The ball tracked down by Farter. Hoffman Estates wants the timeout. 2:09 to play. We'll take a break as well. Don't go anywhere. We've got something to settle here in the last 2:09. This copyrighted broadcast is presented for the entertainment and non-commercial use of our audience. Any reproduction or other use of this program without the express written consent of the Illinois High School Association and cost broadcast sales is strictly prohibited.
The battle of the guard tonight, 5 for 18. West Aurora's guards Thomas and Sarasoli, 5 for 18. Rival and Meade. Who would have thunk it?
Straight up to play. The winner to get home with Flossmoor in the state semifinals. Turnover number 15 is a big one with 1:48 to play. See how the Blackhawks approach it offensively with the 3-point lead and time to burn.
They will spread this out until they can isolate Sean Pruitt at the post.
Sarasoli, Marion, everybody's touched the ball except Pruitt on this trip down the floor. There he is.
Outstanding set by West Aurora. They spread, they reverse, they got their isolation. What they did is they made Hoffman Estates come and chase. They sat down Pruitt in the post. He got it deep and draws the hurt.
Pruitt 3 of 4 from the line tonight. Gets them when he needs them. Sean Pruitt, 6 foot 9 inches, headed to the University of Illinois. Crawls them both in. A 5-point difference. Rival just looking to get freed up. Meade is for a moment. Rival. He's going to get 3 free throws with 62 seconds left.
Well, Hoffman Estates fouled Sarasoli with 1 second to go on the half for 3 points. Now Rival will get a chance to cut this thing to a 2-point game if he makes all 3 with a minute to go. Bad foul by TJ Marion. His Rival, again, is almost automatic at the line all season long and tonight.
That's 2.
Hoffman does not like a full court game, but I think you almost have to pick up here. You can't let them walk the ball up and run their half court offense. You have to get some kind of trap in the backcourt.
3 free throws makes it a 2-point game, and here they are. It comes down to this, 60 seconds left. Jason Thomas. Sending on him. Pruitt touches. Young from behind. Brandon Young's 3rd foul. That will send Sean Pruitt to the line. 46.8 seconds left.
Sean Pruitt just 58%, so he's the right guy as far as numbers are concerned to foul.
He has been money tonight, 5 of 6.
It's a strange thing about free throw shooting. You can have a bad night of 3 out of 7 or whatever, but you're feeling when your stroke is there, you can knock down 5 of 6, 6 of 7, 8 of 10.
Got another 19 points now for Pruitt. 4-point difference, and Hoffman Estates is chasing. Zaninga all the way to the rack. Steve Zaninga with the score. 2-point game. Timeout. 32 seconds left. Here's how he did it.
Great spread in the open floor. They didn't panic and have to shoot a three. Zaninga split the defense as West Aurora was really guarding the arc. Zaninga gets it, uses the glass. Bill Wandrow uses a timeout, but good execution by Hoffman. Very much poised on that particular series, knowing they still might get it up and down 2 times.
Both teams will be shooting 2 free throws every time they head to the line. 1 timeout left for Hoffman Estates. West Aurora has 2. Possession arrow. And again, that's significant here with the pressure that could be applied. That belongs to the Hawks from Hoffman Estates.
Well, the obvious thing is the foul situation. You need to foul quickly if you don't have the trap, because you're trying to play 3 points for 2 points even, and get as many possessions out of this last 32 seconds as you can.
They are dancing in the aisles of Carver Arena. There's your home for everything you need to know in high school sports here in the state of Illinois. www.ihsa.org. That guy's probably been on the website. You know, he just may go home and check out all the statistics of this ball game and a preview of tomorrow's games here at Carver Arena. Hi there, buddy. You know, what's great about this, what time are we looking at? Coming up on 10 o'clock, and you've got young people in the audience here that are just having a time of their lives.
Oh, they got energy. There's energy in Carver Arena. There's no doubt about that. This place, I believe, was called a sellout tonight, wasn't it? I mean, great atmosphere. 2 great quarterfinal games for a Friday night.
Full court pressure applied by Hoffman Estates in a 2-point game. Meade has 4 fouls. He lets Thomas go. Rival just picked up his 4th.
Good foul. They only lost about 5 seconds of the ever-precious game clock. Now they can come down, whether or not they're down 2, 3, or 4, with an opportunity to set that double flare screen and get a 3 and use their last timeout. So they're trading points for seconds right here.
Jay Thomas, 71% on the year. Hits a big one to start it.
He hit a clinching-type free throw against Waubonsie Valley in the sectional final. Hit a clinching-type 3 against Downer South in the Super. So when it's crunch time, this 4-year player's done it.
The difference is 3 in the final 20 seconds. Carter had it for a moment. Clock to 10. They've got to launch a 3. Meade, long one. Rebound, West Aurora. And the Blackhawks defense pushed Brian Meade out just a bit beyond his range.
They took away the first option. That was the flare screen they tried to run all night long. They took that away from Rival, who did not get a good look. They jump switched, and Evans was right in the face of Rival. They had to continue to run their offense, and Meade did what he had to do. That's get the ball to goal, and just couldn't convert from 25.
Thomas back at the line, and that one is huge. And with that miss by Meade, the defense by West Aurora, and the free throw by Thomas, now the sellout crowd starts to make their way to the exits, but not a moment sooner.
Well, we're getting closer. 4 seconds from what we had a great quarterfinal round of matchups. How can you beat the semifinal round of matchups? We have some outstanding basketball teams, some outstanding basketball players, some outstanding basketball coaches, some outstanding basketball fans. What else do you do?
Here's the way it looks tomorrow. Those of you that are with us today, you know how good Carbondale is. You saw them beat Simeon earlier today, and if you're a little surprised, say, oh, there's an underdog in that field in Carbondale. That's not the way it is. The defending state champs, the Lions from Peoria High, will meet in that first semifinal. We'll be here with you at 11 a.m. And then immediately following that, Homewood Flossmoor. They had to win a tough win tonight over Moline. They will take on what looks like right now, at least 4.4 seconds away, West Aurora. You absolutely cannot get better matchups than that in the semifinals. Now, in this afternoon, between those two games, you're going to see the Country Insurance three-point showdown. There are your qualifiers: Doug Suarez, Martin Pizanin, Jared Bailey, and Jeremy Moneyhun from LaSalle, Peru, Antioch, Argo, and Schaumburg. And of course, there's the Shut Slam Dunk Contest. Defending champion Demetrius Evans from Chicago von Steuben. He's one of the 4 finalists. De'Aaron Williams from Limestone is from the Peoria area, and then Elsie Robinson from Rockford Jefferson. Arturo Gardner from Hyde Park. I'm telling you what a great day it will be here in Carver Arena tomorrow. And we haven't even talked about the evening with the state championship game.
How come your name was not on the slam dunk final four? You didn't qualify? You had 29 instead of 32, didn't you?
Yeah. That was with that little trampoline they brought
I did
out.
see you touch the net, however.
That would be me, yeah. Thomas hits them both. The tip goes right into the hands of Marion, and West Aurora will move on to the state semifinals. The state's #1 ranked team, number 6 in the nation according to USA Today, will take a 31-1 record into the semifinals, where they will meet Homewood Flossmoor. Hoffman Estate's season comes to an end. 30 wins in the book for the Hawks against now just 3 losses. This was sluggish in the first half, but half number 2 picked it up. We talked about a defensive ball game. It was a low-scoring game, but the thing that was impressive was defensive stops when they needed to be made here in the second half.
Well, there's no doubt about that. The other thing I thought, what a great 1-2 punch on the interior. Sean Prue and Travis Marion, they combined for 9 out of 15 shooting. They combined for 27 points. They combined for 12 rebounds. Good stuff on the interior.
Let's go now down to Lee Hall. Lee.
All right, thanks a lot, guys. Coach, boy, they didn't make it easy on you. You foul a guy on a 3-point shot. You give up a layup. It looked like you had it in the bag, and then these guys get right back in it, but your guys fought them off there at the end.
Yeah, we have a tendency to do that every once in a while. We've got a tendency to foul 3-point shooters, but I tell you, our guys hung tough. I was very proud of them. I'm sure Bill's proud of his kids too. But we hung real tough. Jay had to fight through sickness again tonight. Sean made some big free throws down the stretch. I'm proud of these kids. It was a good win for us against a really good basketball team.
Did you guys make more of a concerted effort to get the ball inside down the stretch?
We just wanted to be patient. We didn't want to force anything. We had a lead for a while, and then we let them get it. But I think we started hurrying our offense a little bit, and that possibly cost us some turnovers or maybe anxious shots that we finally got it back under control and got ourselves a lead.
All right, Coach, congratulations. Our Country Insurance Player of the Game, Sean Pruitt. Well, I get to talk to you again. I got to talk to you yesterday. Here you are again. Congratulations.
Thank you.
19 points, 6 of 9 from the floor, 7 of 8 from the free throw line. Made a lot of clutch shots with guys clutching you as you're trying to make them.
Yeah, but, it was a fight. We knew it was going to be a dog fight, Hoffman Estates is a great team, and it's just great to get a win like this, finally be downstate. And, we know that we're playing automatically tomorrow 2 games, so it's just a great feeling.
All right, congratulations, Sean. We'll see you tomorrow. All right, back to you.
5-point win for West Aurora. We'll be back after these messages.